Good day, everybody. It's Daniel here, and this is our next Emotional English Podcast episode where we learn an English language effortlessly, emotionally, fulfilled with energy, and of course, positively. Welcome, everyone. Today is another day when we can learn English together with our beautiful podcast episode. Another great topic for you guys. I just came back from my vacation and I can say that I'm totally recovered now. I was on vacation. First of the time I was very close to the sea, and then I traveled to Moscow and I went to the philosophy camp, and I just came back yesterday. Not yesterday, just a couple of days ago. And then I'm ready to have and to proceed our next podcast episode about the great topic, how to be a good person. How to be a good person. It's a little bit ethics, right? We talk about ethics, we talk about moral, and I think the general idea of my podcast is how to make a good person and how to study the language nicely and without any effort. So that's the key, right? What we're using today. So we discuss how to be a good person, and we do it in English. So I'm using the website wikihow.com. It's my big friend for my podcast episodes because some of these beautiful articles are just amazing. They're just teaching us great things, right? And, the guy who kind of made this article, right? His or her name is Tracy Rogers. Probably it's he, Tracy, and the name is Rogers. So this person is certified life coach. So probably we can trust this person and we can start, right? So how to be a good person. First of all, I want to say a couple of words what I think about good people, right? So good people are good in the reason because they have no bad things happening or going with them, right? So if you're good, you're kind of not doing bad things. But you know what? I like the Plato idea. The Plato is a beautiful philosopher of all time. So he said or pronounced that there is no darkness in this world. So we have no dark sides. We have just the absence of life. When you have no light around you, it's dark. But there is no thing called darkness. If you think about it, darkness is something which doesn't contain light. Okay? If you put the light bulb into it and the light bulb starts making the light, so the place which was dark, not dark anymore. So it's getting kind of lighter, right? It's getting brighter inside there, right? So the same thing about people. If you are doing something wrong, you're kind of dark person, right? But you're dark until you start doing something good. And this topic is quite subjective because some people think that good people do one thing and other people think that this good thing is not a good thing in general. So it's a very kind of tricky question, right? What is good? What is bad? So very philosophical. Let's see what the website wikihow.com and Mr. Tracy Rogers prepared for us. And usually we go step by step, and I'm not sure how many of these I'm going to read today. Maybe 10, maybe 12. We'll see. But most of them are pretty fun, and I will comment my own thoughts on each these statements, and we will try to distinguish what is a good person or who is a good person and how to become a good person if you are not a good person now. So the first thing, what we should do and what we should know, that we should improve ourselves, right? Ourselves. Why it's important to improve ourselves? Because good people, they're always trying to do better than they have done or they had done before, right? So we should kind of determine what being a good person means to us, right? So what is the personal impact, right, of being a good person? So, and let's see what this guy is saying here. Some people think that being a good person is as simple as not doing harm to another, but it's not always about what you don't do, but what you do for others. Being a good person also includes helping yourself as much as others. You have to decide what you believe being a good person entails. Okay, so classically, what you got here, we have the perspective that if you're doing something good for yourself, you're not completely good person. Yeah, it's good to feel good about yourself, but it's important to do something for other people. If you're doing something for yourself, you're not completely good, but when you're doing something for other people, you're getting into it, right? So try to do something for other people and you will become a good person. Nicely said here. So the next statement here is to choose a role model. And I have something to say here. Role model is the person who is the leader of your mind, right? Let's imagine if you like rock music or alternative rock. So you imagining Corey Taylor or somebody else. I don't know what's your role model, but for example, the guy who is the best, right? The guy what you want to be like, right? So for me, for example, my role model of English teaching is AJ Hogue. You can search for his website online. And it's a really good guy. I really inspired by AJ. He got a nice podcast as well. It's called Effortless English. And if you guys are not subscribed yet, just go and subscribe on AJ's page and say hello from Emotional English to AJ. So choose a role model. Without a role model, it's hard to know where you're going. So if you have a role model, a good person, a person you want to be like, so you have better chances to improve yourself when you have a role model inside of your mind. But to have a role model doesn't mean that you have to be like the role model in every piece or in every side of life, right? You shouldn't be a copy of that person. You should be, it should be an inspiration for you. It should be something which gives you some energy and motivation, but you shouldn't be an exact copy of that person, right? I think it makes sense. So what this website is telling us here, let's read it together. Having a role model provides you with an example of someone to correspond to. This person should have traits that you want to attain. Think of ways that you can better embody the qualities you admire. Think of how to apply those qualities in your work, creative pursuits, personal relationships, diet, and lifestyle. All right. So I have seen some great things here, right? First of all, we can discuss what does it mean traits, right? I don't think so that it's a very popular word you can see around, but let's see traits. What is traits? Traits, it's some kind of skills or maybe modification of yourself which you want to make. So, and if you want to attain something, it means that you want to achieve or you want to get something to yourself. So the verb to attain means to get or to attract to yourself. And then when the person should have traits that you want to attain, so you're kind of looking for good qualities and you're trying to gain these qualities inside of your body. So if somebody has a, let's say, very good and beautiful body, you're trying to do some exercises, right? You're trying to work hard with your workouts and you're getting into it, right? You're getting close to your role modeling. You're getting some traits, you're getting some qualities, and then you're attaining them, right? You're getting them into your life. So think of ways you can better embody the qualities you admire. So you should like these qualities, that's for sure. That without this knowing, without this understanding, it's all just nothing. And talking of embody, it is just realization, right? When you're embodying something, you're making it happen, right? So you can embody the qualities you admire. You can embody things you really love, you really want, right? So does it make sense for you? I hope so. So embody, to make something real, to to put it inside of your body, right? Embody. EMBODY. So you can embody the qualities. So that's the choose role model section. Number 3 is stop comparing yourself to others. Yeah, hard to say. For me, for example, I'm trying to compare myself to others because I'm trying to see, am I going to the right direction or not? But I'm trying to compare myself with my role models. I'm not trying to compare myself with people who are surrounding me. I'm trying to compare myself with my role models, because if I am different, I want to be closer, right? I want to be like them, and I'm trying to embody good qualities. This is the case, right? When you're not comparing yourself to others, to your role models, you're not going closer to your goal, I guess. But it's only my thoughts, right? My teacher of philosophy is telling me that it's not a good thing to compare yourself to anything or to anybody, because you have the unique experience. And I quite agree with that. But for me, for my personal development, it's a little bit easier to compare my qualities to qualities what other people have, because I have a chance to get even better motivation with things, right? And for me, it's quite worth it. So number 4 is to love yourself. And yes, it's quite important one, right? If you want to be a good person, you cannot love other people if you're not loving yourself. So we should learn how to love ourselves. Some people, they don't. They ignore themselves, right? And this is not a good thing to do. So let's see what they recommend us here, how to love ourselves. So we should learn to love ourselves every way, practice unconditional self-acceptance. And the only way you can truly love others is first have confidence and love yourself, like we discussed previously. And I like the phrase here, self-acceptance. Self-acceptance is the quality which, when you are accept yourself, people say it's like your personal self-esteem, right? When you have a high self-esteem, you're kind of very powerful, very brave. When you have a low self-esteem, you're, mediocre guy. You're having some troubles with communication, and people are kind of avoiding communications with you, right? So we should love ourselves first. That's true. That's true. Next one is number 5. We should be ourselves. Be yourself, people say. But what does it mean? I kind of not sure, because, everything what we have today is it's kind of weird, because some people say that when you are yourself, you're just a combination of knowledges. You're just a combination of books and experiences, Is it really you? Is it really your thoughts when you say something? I'm not sure, but yourself means not using the mask, I guess, in this case. Of course, we can read many great books. We can use many interesting philosophies. But when we use masks and wearing these masks every single situation, it's not truly us, right? So we should wear one mask instead of hundreds of them, right? It makes sense. Let's see what the website is telling us here, or Mr. Tracy is giving us here. So be yourself. Remember to yourself always and never someone who you are not. Don't try to be like somebody else. Just be yourself and do good things as simply as you can. Being yourself helps you be a genuine person who can reflect positivity into the world. Staying true to yourself helps you find focus and understand your core values and what you find important. Yeah, so I like the phrase, a couple of them here, is a genuine person, right? What does it mean? A genuine person is just the general point, or the general idea of humanity, probably, right? Of your own self. So this is the general point of view, right? So when you're real, right? Genuine, I guess it's kind of realistic way of doing things. When you're trying to fake it until you make it, it's not you. But when you're trying be just to be yourself, genuine, so you're getting it, right? You're getting closer to your truly self, right? And another good word here is about the core values. Do you understand what is what is your core values? Yeah, some people can say, oh, my core values, I want to have a family. I want to have good friends. I want to have a lot of money, right? I want to make a lot of money. I want to have a good career. But it's all values we promote, and core values, it's deep values, which kind of, pushes you and why you're doing things. It's all about these values. So if you want money, you have a question, why do you need money? Because probably you're unsecured somewhere deep inside. So the value for you is security. You want to be secured. That's why you want to have a lot of money. It's called core values. Core, it's a center part of something, right? Even the CPU of the computer, it's like a core of the computer. Without the CPU, computer doesn't work at all. It's like the general point, right? Like a general brain, the main brain, right? Genuine part of the component of the computer. So that's what the core is. So I think it's pretty understandable. So we should be ourselves. We should think with our own mind without masking it, right? Without using different masks. And you know what? I remember, there are some girls or even people who are trying to hide their imperfection. For example, when I'm doing my podcast, I make a lot of mistakes, and I'm okay about it because nobody is perfect. There are no people who are doing things perfectly without any issues or problems, right? So it's okay to be not perfect. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to be realistic and to be real. So because when we are not, we are kind of like a fake stone, or we're like a person who is playing not their own game. We're trying to be cool, but we're not cool in general. And this is kind of stupid, I guess. All right. So be yourself. That's the recommendation number 5. Number 6 is we should kind of pray or meditate. I'm not sure about this, and I think I should skip this one. For me, praying, not all people are believers, right? Not all people believe in some gods or whatever. I am the believer. I do have this understanding that we live not the only one time, but not every single person is the believer, right? So maybe you're not praying, but you can meditate and you can concentrate on things you do every day for other people. And this is your way to live. Maybe it's a little bit religious, but it's like a concentration technique. I would rename this one, not praying or meditation. I would say it's just a concentration on things, what you're doing day after day, and just to know what you should do. That's more important, right? So I think we should kind of skip it because this, religious things, it's not the topic for our discussion right now. Make small changes. It's the recommendation number 7. Small changes, huh? Yeah, small changes are important, but it depends, because if you make a small change which no one see, it's just you cannot see it, right? How can it be good for people or for you if nobody see it? But when you change something important, something what makes people happy, this small change can become very big. For example, when you're rude with people and you start saying thank you all the time, you speak with people, you're getting better. And this small change, just saying a good, respectful word to people, can make a big influence on your life, right? It's mandatory to do this and to change your behavior to good, because it has a drastic effects, right? Makes sense. Let's see what the website is telling us here. Take a moment to reflect and recognize the things you need to change to be the best version of yourself. No one can change immediately, but even small changes can make an enormous and positive difference. Set small goals every month and focus on one or two key habits which you want to change. Yes, it sounds beautifully, but it's not that easy to do, you know? You can plan plenty of these steps, plenty of these little habits, but you should start from just little one thing, or even big thing. It doesn't matter. It could be a big frog, right? Of course, big frog is just a picture. You can start working on your big frog from the frog's leg or from something else, right? You can cut your frog into little pieces and start doing one step at a time, right? That just makes sense for me. So make small changes. Yeah, quite agree. But it depends on what kind of changes you are making, because you must make these changes related to other people. When you're just egocentric and you're changing something, related to yourself only, it's not the way. My only thoughts. Sorry, guys. And the next one is reviewing your goals every day. Not really a big thing. It's only the egocentric way of changing. So I would skip this one and I would find 3 more great steps. Let's see what we can have. We can try to look at the bright side of things. Oh, I will call this one as a number 8. We can try to look at the bright side of things. Yeah. For example, you see the dirty road and you think, oh my God, these people, they're terrible. They're trashing my street. First of all, it's not your street. It's the street of everybody. And if you have a chance to change something in this situation, just do it. Try to look at the bright side of things. Maybe this is the test for you. Maybe this street is testing you. Will you be a good person and start cleaning the street or not? Will you ignore the situation only you will do something to change it? This is a very unique experience, and you can define it as something which you can take care of, right? So try to look at the bright side of things. Even people, right? When you speak with your friend and you think that the friend is terrible, this terrible person has many good sides, right? You're speaking with your friend because he has many positive sides as well. So try to cultivate good sides about other things, and you will feel that your life is getting warmer and warmer because you're thinking about bright sides. I'm not saying that you should ignore the black sides. I'm just trying to tell you that there are many bright sides as well. Just think of it. And number 9, I would pick do an act of charity for someone else. And I completely agree with that one. So charity is the act which you make for other people, and you're not expecting money or respect back, right? So it's important to do something for people, for humanity, for planet Earth. When you're making the charity act, you're becoming a better person, right? So that's what I think as well. Next one is number 9, is making a point to make the world a better place every time you leave the place of your dwelling. Oh yes, it can be a big list of things, right? First of all, you can get your plastic bottle, and instead of just dropping it into your recycling can or into your garbage bin, you can just make a separate recycling can and collect your plastic things into it, right? And then you can give it for recycling, right? So it's taking care of the planet, right? You start making a point and you start changing your lifestyle with the idea of perfection and taking care of the planet. Next thing you can do is buying organic and locally grown food, because you will support the farmers that way, and you'll do what else? You'll just be more healthy, right? Because this supermarket food, oh my God, it's not very healthy for sure. So the next thing is being a responsible pet owner by cleaning up after your pets. I think it's pretty valid here. When you have a cat, you should be very responsible for your actions. And oh, Siri's talking to me. Sorry, Siri, don't talk to me like that. I'm having a podcast here. So yeah, take care of your pets. It's important. Donating old items to shelters or charitable organizations instead of thrift store, right? You're not selling your old stuff. You're giving it to different shelters and charitable organizations, right? I think it's important to do as well. So you're becoming a better person when you think about others, not about your wallet or your money, right? So this is the topic. And I think it's enough for right now, right? So now we can say that if you want to become a better person, the general idea, you should change your behavior, your bad habits, and you should take care of others. This is the general idea of how to be a good person. And remember that Plato said that the person who has the darkness inside, it's just because the person has not enough light around. So be the light for others, and the place you're living will become a better place for everybody. Okay, so let's try to think about this idea pretty deeply, and let's become a better person. Let's go step by step again. What 10 things we've seen here? So maybe you can say some of them, right, to me. Do you remember some? Yeah, you can say a couple of them right now. It's okay. I can wait. Yeah. And I will start to just say one after another. Let's begin from number 1. So we can determine what being a good person means to our own personality, right? For our person, right? So we need to determine, to know, to distinguish what's good, what's not very good. So without this understanding, without this determination, so we cannot start our journey. Next, it's better for us to choose a role model as a step number 2. We're looking for a person who is great, the person who has these skills we're looking for, and we're trying to do the same as that person. Next, we go to step number 3. We're trying to stop. We're stopping comparing ourselves to others, right? So we're not doing it anymore. We're trying to think about ourselves as a unique creatures, and we're not trying to see the bad things inside of other people's souls or whatever. So we're trying to be ourselves and not compare ourselves with other people surrounds us. So we try to love ourselves as well. We try to learn how to love. We should to distinguish or determine what is love for us, right, as well. Because some people, they have no idea what is love. Love is like, or it's like something deeper, you know. For example, philosophers say that love is the feeling without explanation. It's just it's not material. Okay, so we cannot say that this materialistic idea of love is sex, right? But it's something better than that, right? It's something bigger than that. And in my opinion, this must be true. Love, pretty identifiable, but we should know in what direction this love goes. If it goes to material possessions or owing someone or just having someone's attention, it's not love. It's just attraction, or it's just, I don't know. This is not what we're looking for, right? But when we're looking for true love, it's something deep and nice, and it's something valuable for us. It's a core value, I would say. And number 5 is to be ourselves, right? So to be yourself, it's a very important step. You're trying to have your own side, your own mask, or you just get rid of all your masks and you start being yourself without wearing these masks you threw out. Right. So this is very important. Next one is to make small changes. or big changes. It doesn't matter. Maybe this small change can be a big thing for you. And think of only one idea when you're changing something. This change must be good, not only for yourself, but for other people as well. When you're changing something egocentrically, so maybe it's not a good thing to do. Think of other people as well. The next one is you should try to look at the bright side of things, right? It's number 8. So we should try to look at other bright side of things. Maybe people are bad, but you're trying to find the good side of a personality or a person in general. And you're trying to see these good signs everywhere, on the dirty street, on the inside of the forest, whatever. Everywhere you have a chance to practice this thing. Number 9 is to do an act of charity for someone else. So yeah, you think clearly and you're trying to push yourself into the direction of charity, and you take care of the projects, or you're trying to do something for the planet, or you're taking care of sick people, right? It's very good. You're pushing yourself without expecting the payment right back to you, or the respect. Doesn't matter. You do something for the global idea of good. And the last but not least, so the point when you're taking care of your own little decisions every day, and this little decision is instead of the place of your dwelling, when you are staying, right? If you live inside of the apartment, so you're taking care of recycling, you're trying to buy good food, locally grown food, right? You're kind of trying to take care of your pets if you do have some, and then donating old items to people who really need of them. So then you're putting items back into the store where you got them instead of leaving them somewhere. And so you're trying to be the best version of yourself. This is the last statement. And I think it's all for today, guys. That was the 10 great steps for how to become a good person, and what is to be what is look like to be a good person, how to be a good person, right? Hope you enjoyed it today, and I wish you guys a lot of love, a lot of fun, and a lot of evolutions or steps to improve yourself. So be cool, smile more, and I'll see you very soon. Another mini story is coming up. Maybe I'll upload it tomorrow. Just let's stay in touch, and if you do have some questions to me, just let me know. Go to my Instagram page. It's instagram.com/bondarison, or go to TikTok. It's bondarison.english, or go to my Telegram, Bondarison English, and write me the question or message, what kind of info you want to see during our podcast episodes. Thank you all. I hug you all, and take care. Bye-bye, everyone.